Hello guys and welcome to another video. So it is currently 40 degrees Celsius and today we are celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the beloved trilogy The Darkest Minds, which is made out of The Darkest Minds Never Fade in the Afterlife. I love it. It's 3 book titles that then merge into one big sentence, and I think that's how all book titles should go. So in case you don't know, it's a dystopian novel because that's what all the rage was about back then, where our main character Ruby discovers she has powers, and all the kids in the US discover that they have powers, so they're put into concentration camps in order to keep them under control. They're divided into colors. We have the reds who control fire, the oranges who control minds, the blues that have telekinesis, and the greens that are just generally very good at stuff, and finally the yellows who can control and manipulate electricity. If you haven't read it, I really recommend that you do. Do I recommend the movie? No, I do not. I wanted to talk about my experience with the movie when it came out in Spain. And in Spain, they did this thing where if you posted pictures on Instagram and you tagged them muestra tu poder, so that is to say, show your power, then you could enter a lottery to win 2 free tickets to watch the movie. So you can imagine my excitement at the possibility of getting free tickets to watch this movie of my favorite books ever. So obviously I entered 5 times, and today we're going to look at those entries and those pictures I sent. Today is another video where I expose myself and the fact that I was and still am a huge fangirl and one of the worst out there. So in case you don't know, I've done this before. I've read fanfic that I wrote about myself and Leo Valdez in 9th grade. And in the entry, they asked for you to show your power, but I decided that I was just gonna take pictures showing each of the powers when I could, and that I was gonna edit them. This is the first picture. I think this Instagram account is public because it had to be in order to enter the contest, so you can still look it up. It's me with pink hair for some reason, edited, obviously, because obviously if you control fire, you have to have like fiery hair of some kind, and I think it just looked cool. Honestly, it doesn't look like that bad. I think with my pale skin, pink hair would probably look good. But anyhow, I also have a very badly edited fireball in my hands. This was edited on a phone app in 2018, so honestly it's pretty good for what it is. Then I did some like light distortion around the picture. I should hate it more than I do, but I'm just proud of myself from back then for putting myself out there and trying to get these free tickets. And then in the caption it says, "Red, the control of fire. Unfortunately, because they are the biggest threat, they're also the ones who are abused the most." And that's true in the books. There's not a lot of reds left because they're very highly controlled by the government. So that was the first one, and let's look at the second picture. This is probably my favorite picture. I don't know if this picture is from that year. I think it is, but it's a picture that I randomly took with my cousin doing a prom post. We thought it was so cute. And then I was like, wait, this app that I have has this cool feature when you can turn things into tiny triangles, kind of like what they did in Infinity War. And it's 2018, so you can imagine I just watched Infinity War and I was very influenced by it. So yes, I decided to make my cousin crumble into dust. You might be asking yourself, what freaking power is this out of the 5 that I mentioned? This is the orange power, mind control. Because Ruby, sometimes when she's afraid or when she does it on purpose, she can make you forget someone. She does this to her parents by accident. She makes them forget that she exists. And that's what I was doing. In the movie, it's shown as something like this, you know, like slowly disappearing, fading into the air. And I thought this looked very funny. So I was like, yeah, orange. And oh, the username is Ruby Tuesday because the character is Ruby Daily. It was funny back then. But let's look at the third picture. And this is my brother. You've seen him in my other Percy Jackson videos. So I didn't actually start exploiting my brother for content with this YouTube channel. This goes further back. So he is representing a green, which is obviously why he has a green shirt and is doing several puzzles at the same time. You can see he has a pencil and 2 pens. Green, intelligence, heightened intelligence. the power to solve several puzzles at the same time. Some powers, like fire, were very easy to reproduce for a picture, but you know, the power of intelligence was a bit harder. Also, the power of the mind, I think I was pretty resourceful with making, you know, my cousin disappear. I like this picture. It's a funny picture. He's also wearing my old glasses, so I think this is one of my favorites. And then we have this picture of me and my friend McKenna. This isn't actually from 2018. I think this is from 2013 at the latest. So it's a couple of years prior, but I just found this picture that we took. We were recreating, obviously, Darth Vader, you know, choking someone with the Force. And I thought this was a perfect one to show the power of the blues, so telekinesis. And then it says, telekinesis, the control of things with your mind. My best friend and I practicing our blue powers. We still need a lot of practice. I can't believe we didn't win. The spoiler for the end of the story, we didn't get the tickets. So we have a blue, a green, an orange, and a red. What will the last one be? It's another orange with a horrible orange filter. This is probably the worst of the pictures, but to me, it's the funniest. I guess the lightning effects weren't as cool to me as the fire one was, which is why I probably decided to do orange twice instead of doing yellow. My brother is mind controlling me and my older cousin, and we're sitting in a way that our legs form a chair or a throne for him, and he is mind controlling us to be in awe of him and to present him with bottled water. And there's a towel on our legs so it looks more like a throne, and it's like a weird filter that kind of makes it look animated. And there's also like this light distortion and it looks orange because obviously it's an orange power. And the caption goes, an orange in his natural habitat. If you had the power to control minds, would you use it for good? Oh my god. I was so philosophical back then. I should have known that I was gonna turn into a booktuber after doing this because it was honestly the only way to move forward. So can you believe it, after posting those 5 posts with the hashtag and having an open profile so they could find it, I still didn't get the free tickets. I'm not sure if anyone did, because under that hashtag, you can look it up now, there were like 20 entries, 30 at most, 5 of them were mine. So I'm not sure who won. I think my 5 pictures were pretty cool. Some of them, you know, like my cousin disintegrating into nothing, might have been too much of a thinker maybe, but I think they were pretty cool. The fire one was obvious, and the mind control one and the telekinesis one was also obvious. So I really think they robbed me of a free theater experience. So I actually ended up going to the theaters to watch it. It was a terrible movie experience because of 2 reasons. One, the movie was pretty bad. It was a bad adaptation. The acting was meh. My favorite character, Chubbs, his power was changed. Okay, so I told you that their eyes light up when they're using their powers. How are smart people, how are their eyes lighting up? Shouldn't they be smart all the time? Do they have to activate their intelligence? But that's not the only reason I didn't like the movie experience. I was having a very intense fight with one of my best friends when that happened, like that whole summer. And especially that day, we were having a pretty intense discussion. We made up afterwards, thankfully, but that's why that movie experience is kind of tainted for me because of all of the emotions and the fact that I didn't get to see it for free. But please leave a like if you like this video. Comment down below if you have read the books, or if you haven't, if you're looking forward to reading them now that it's 10th anniversary. And let me know which one of my 5 pictures do you think depicts the power and the feeling of the books the best. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell button so you get notifications every time I post a new video. I post videos just like this every single Friday, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!